still see that one getting through the line.
Yeah, both of the fees, if we pay what's expected, Ollie Watkins, say 60. I've seen somewhere it's 70 and stuff like that. Say we bid 60 and say we bid Wissa, which is 40 million. That's 100 million on 2 strikers that will be coming up to 30 in the next year, 18 months. Now, you've got a lot of Premier League experience. You know exactly what they're capable of in the Premier League. I understand that side of it. I see a lot of comments on the Facebook page saying exactly that. Oh no, I'd prefer English Premier League proven, this, that, and the other. For me, the world's changed in terms of football. Because of PSR, it's not only limited clubs like Newcastle, like Aston Villa, who have got a little bit of ambition. It's also made the attraction of selling your players, your youth players and stuff like that. That's highly damaging. But for me, one of the things purely from a business perspective is you need to make every pound go a lot further. Unless you're in Moneybags, Man U or Chelsea, where you've got such ridiculous amount of money coming in that you can kind of not bothered about the crumbs and stuff like that. A team like Newcastle, who we're still fighting as hard as we can to kind of increase every single bit of revenue, if we sign them for £100 million, that for me is a very much for now situation fix. That's putting a plaster over it rather than long-term vision, because if them players play for us for 3 years until they're 32 and then that is it, they're pretty much done, their legs have gone, stuff like that. If there's no resale value on £100 million, that means you're spending £100 million and you've got nothing to return for it. So you basically, within that 3-year window, you've spent a lot of that money. 3 years later, if you'd have had 2 promising kind of potential players that you'd sold, 60 million, that's an extra 2 players that you can kind of reinvest that money with. I think the attraction for 28-year-olds, 29-year-olds, 30-year-olds, I can't see why it is anymore, unless you're in a club where circumstances dictate, maybe you're in a relegation battle and you need some striker that's going to come in and get the goals or something like that. You're willing to get a 32-year-old. We've seen Sunderland kind of in that predicament with Xhaka. If you need a plaster, perfect. But for me, the football landscape's changed, and the attraction of getting these older players with no resale value is even less attractive as it was beforehand, when really it still was. I mean, I'm kind of fetched up under the Mike Ashley kind of era of Newcastle, where every penny counts. You want to try to buy them young, sell them for high fees. I get that model. It works very well for business as long as you're spending the profits back into the clubs, which obviously Ashley wasn't. For me, I think spending that amount of much money on 2 players that are coming up to 30 and the writing's on the wall a little bit for them, I think it makes terrible business sense.
I agree. Great speech, by the way.
It's a little rant, yeah, I went straight in.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but I said this in the last video as well. I think